Good morning, dreamers. How are you today? Today is something called Trans Visibility Day or Day of Visibility. And it's a day when straight people need to sit down and be quiet and need to learn and listen. And it's really important with the way that the world is right now that we listen to each other. And so, as a mom of a trans man, I need to make Jimmy visible. One of the things that happens in the quietness of the evening is he will start to talk to me about what's on his mind. And yesterday, as he was processing life, he was overwhelmed and he had an anxiety attack and he needed to get out a lot of feelings. It's been a rough couple of months here, and everything was coming. Grandma passing away, the stress of Carl being off, and the fact that he had a panic attack at the Hamilton play last week when we went, and it was really difficult being in a new environment, a new theater, and it was loud and crushed in with people, and he was really thankful we went, but it was really awkward to have a panic attack in that moment, and he's frustrated with anxiety, and he wishes that the world was a nicer place, and it started to grow and grow and grow, and it got to the point where it finally came out. Mom, I'm afraid. I'm afraid that the laws that are becoming routine in the States, the laws against trans people, they're so targeted and they're just going to end up coming to Canada. And conservative people are not willing to see the individual behind the situation. They blame drag queens for things, and then when a trans person kills Christians because he's targeted Christians, because Christians have targeted him for so long, he's like, I don't even want to follow Jesus. I don't want to be a Christian because Christians are leading the charge on hurting people like me. There's a state that has now given 6 months for kids to, or individuals, not kids, individuals to detransition because they will not be allowed to have medical care. So not only is it just that it's not available in their state, they are refusing care in their state. And yes, a trans man did something horrific last week, and Christians are up in arms saying, see, we told you so. And yet how many straight people have killed in the past? I don't have the statistics for that, and I'm sorry this is so heavy so early in the morning, but it's really important for people to see. So for those of you that use his name, Simon James, Jimmy for short, for those of you that use his pronouns, he, him, for those of you that don't get bogged down in what it makes you comfortable, and you say, to reach this man, we need to know him as a man. We need to love today's young person, not who we wish he was. For those of you that are on board with that, thank you so much. Because in the dark of night, this child has panic attacks. Not because he's trans, but because of how people treat trans people. And so yes, I need to be quiet today. But as a mama bear, I want to make my child visible to you. Last year I had some people unfollow me, tell me that I used to be a woman of faith. I used to stand for truth. I used to. Simply because I put a post up that says, this is my son. I see him. Well, this year I'm telling you, I'm here as a mama bear, and my kid is male. He's my son. and I will make him visible, and I will be proud of him, and I will stand up tall and cheer his name. He wrote this, and this is what I want visible for you today. The abhorrent actions of one trans person is not a reflection of us all. We are still humans capable of doing wrong, though our very existence will never be. You literally can't get rid of us. We are here. We have always been here. We will always be here. Transgender people do not kill children. Drag queens do not kill children. TikTok does not kill children. Guns kill children. Lack of gun control kills. Civilians should not have such easy access to guns. They are the problem. Why do Republicans value murder weapons over the lives of innocent people? Why won't you listen to trans people begging to be heard? Why won't you see the human behind the screen? Trans rights are human rights, and above that, trans people are people. We are human beings. We don't deserve the treatment we receive just for breathing the same air as everyone else. So I really don't care what religion you are, what culture you grew up in, what experiences you have had. If you refuse to stand behind us as we fight back against the rampant violence, propaganda, and legislation across the globe, especially in the United States, that very literally calls for our utter annihilation, you are actively, purposely contributing to the problems regardless of your personal beliefs, and that is far less human than a person simply being who they are. There is no LGB without the T. There is no peace without empathy. There is no love without the LGBTQ plus community. This is the part that weighs heavy on me. Because unfortunately it's true. In the place where love should be first and foremost, it is not. Evangelicals believe God sent a rainbow as a promise to never flood the earth again, yet they flood the earth with their hatred and bigotry, then turn around and tell queer people, our use of the rainbow flag is sacrilegious. Figures. All I'm asking is not for you to understand. I'm not even asking you to change your personal theological conclusions. I'm asking you to see. See beyond the makeup of a drag queen and see the person behind it. It's a human being who chooses a form of art that you may or may not appreciate. A human being. A lot of people say, ooh, I don't want to go to the ballet. Well, it's a form of art I appreciate, and I want to go see the Nutcracker. Don't have to understand or even appreciate to recognize those dancers are human beings. Well, same deal with drag queens. And not all drag queens are trans, by the way. Did you know there's drag kings? But you don't, because you hear the hyped up propaganda and you can't see the person behind it. The 15-year-old afraid to use the men's washroom because there's so much controversy about washrooms and how trans people are just going to hurt other people in washrooms. So they're afraid to go to the washroom in public. Well, in a public washroom. Being who they are makes them live. Afraid that next time get together with friends, mom's gonna mess up the pronouns again. Because I will. I'm not perfect by any means. Afraid that their presence is going to break the family apart. Afraid that being honest about how they've been created and who they've been designed to be is causing grandparents pain. Knowing that everyone who comes in contact with them needs to go on a journey of their own. And afraid that those people will not deem their journey worthy of embarking on. And they will just draw conclusions of things they've always known or thought they always knew, and they won't relook at it because they're not valuable enough for that. Because they're not truly seen. So whether you understand or not, because I can't say I do, I've never walked in his shoes. Whether you're theologically convinced, I'm theologically convinced that I am to love. And if I make a mistake on loving too much, I think the God I read in the Bible is going to be okay with that. So yes, I am a woman of faith. I am a woman of truth. And the truth is, my son matters. See him today. Love the person in front of you today. Even if this topic doesn't touch you, even if you don't watch the news and you have no idea what's going on, love the person in front of you today. And if you're looking in a mirror, that's you too. Thank you for helping my son be visible today. May you be well and healthy and your life full of dreams. This is my New Brunswick mug because I'm headed to New Brunswick with Carl next week because we're going to see his parents. So yeah, I don't know when I'll see you next, but I will see you. Know that I love you. Thank you. Bye.